Hi friends, this is Vijay and welcome to my special video, and this is the part 3 for the 2022 positional analysis what I did the previous part 1 and part 2. So this is the part 3 for New Zealand CAD, Euro New Zealand, Australian New Zealand, AUDJPY as well as Cad Jpy. For the 5 pairs I am explaining that my positional views. So before we get into that analysis, this is my disclaimer. Read carefully. I'm not responsible for any losses if you took the trade according to my trade plans explaining here, and this is only for the educational purposes. So let's move on to first the New Zealand CAD, and this is the positional view, and this is the positional wave count 2. So from this bottom, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is dead. So you forget about the previous past here. So the 5-way structure, and then we are getting into the 3-way structure, the correction. So approximately here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is looking like a diagonal pattern formation here. So means this is a ABC as a 1, so ABC as a 2, so ABC is a W, X, ABC. So that this is the formation of that diagonal triangle pattern. So this is the third way end. So ABC is a fourth and ABC is a fifth way is got completed here. So from this high we are in the correction part. In that also it seems like whether this is a B, C, A or this is a B, C, B and C. So that is a W. Later onwards for this impulsive wave to the downside, and this is the running flat formation, the expanded flat here for the X, because it's a 5-way structure, and later onwards this is a 3-way structure, and it's looking like the 5-way structure here that you know very well, or it's a 2-way structure. That whatever we can calculate in that shorter time frame, it's nearly, if you just go through in the one daily chart, it looks like that same way, and I have already explained that detailedly in the previous videos. Not in this part 2 or part 1 and part 2, it's a different weekly analysis. So in that, this is also the ABC as a 1, ABC as a 2, like that it did the 5-way structure in that wedge kind of formation here, right? So once this structure is got completed, and I'm expecting that Y wave to break this low. So need to break this low as per my analysis. And previous, while I'm updating this chart as a chart in the 2000 starting of the December or January, I thought this could make a triangle and then it come to the downside also, but that positional view is to the downside. But what happened before that video I posting here, sharing here, it's already invalidated the triangle. That means the B is already completed here, and we are in the C wave. So C wave also, and I uploaded already the weekly analysis. It's looking like here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if it reaches here in this zone and the previous support zone here, and I'm expecting one more 3-way structure for the fourth, and to the break to the downside to 8015 to break. So then this will become A, B and C in the 5-way structure. So this is the completion of that Y wave. So one simple correction in that 3-way structure is got completed. So whether from here it is going to shoot, or again there will be a connecting wave, and after that one more 3-way structure can also happen. So then that will become a WXYXZ pattern. So that we will see later. But for this, target is to break this 8015. So for this we have to make it this as a stop loss here. This is the stop, and it almost from here it is 350 points there, and to the downside is also nearly 400 points. So this is more or less it's a 1:1 one risk reward. But if you shorted here while I've already informed in the previous, that will be a very good risk reward as of now. But if you enter the trade, you need to look into that daily chart and 4-hour chart, and then you have to place the stop loss. So once if it comes to this way, then we can make the stop loss here, and then while after this breaking this low, then we can immediately move the stop loss here wherever it is getting rejected. So that will be a very fine good trade. If you look into that shorter term time frame like 4 hours, then you can enter and make the stop loss, then you will get a good risk reward for this trade. To the positional view has to completed in this zone. So if we measure that Fibonacci expansions also, nearly the one what I'm expecting, nearly it's a 7 maybe, right? So let's wait for that to complete. So this is my detailed analysis in that daily and weekly chart. So let's move on to my favorite pair. It's Euro New Zealand. So in this Euro New Zealand, and I already explained that this trend line, right, and just to clone this and placing here, 1 second, yes, there is a chances for reaching here, right? So now this is the W and this is the X. Sorry. So here how I'm looked here, it's from here, if it is a running flat, this part from here I'm in the buy side previous, and I'm already 7 months I'm waiting for the target for the 2.1 here, but it failed and hit my stop loss. So once it hit the stop loss, I confirmed that definitely it is going to one more low for 1.5 here. In that previous, right, it looks like it's a three-way structure, and it is also looking like the irregular flat of expanded flat. I expected the running flat, but it did the expanded flat. So for me it looks like Y, X and Z is going to happen soon. But from here, and I have explained that in the weekly analysis also, I will give you the input here. Sometimes it looks like is ABC is a A, or the that something it's a wedge formation, it's looking like a A. So this three-way structure be a B in the formation of WX ABC as a Y is kind of completed, and this could be the AB. Sometimes it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? So this is also looking like that if that A and B is already completed here, and this is looking like that bigger target of 2.1 is going to achieve. But some cases from here the wave formation in that daily and the 4-hour chart, I'm not so satisfied here in this zone. Somewhat it's looking like for me it's only the three-way structure. It's not looking like more for me it's a 5-way structure. It's looking like the intermediate wave is also got the 5-way structure. So 1, 2, so this is the bigger 3, 4 and 5 is got completed, and this is looking like a three-way structure. So if it is going in the three-way structure, not the, it's look like a 5-way structure, but if you keep you went in the shorter time frame, it looks like three-way structure. So I'm sure that is why I have placed the stop loss here, and it already hit, means this impulsive wave also it's looking like the three-way structure so far. So once I already informed in my weekly analysis, you just go through that. I'm not so satisfied the wave formation here, and it is looking like again it could be a B, C, it's a W, and this is the X, and one more A, B, C as to done this one. So I'm looking only to buy at 5.2 or 1.5552 like that I'm expecting. So if you look into this Euro New Zealand, right, it's entirely different pattern. Here, see, this is exactly bounced from this channel, but in that IDC, right, Euro New Zealand, it is not here. One second, Euro New Zealand, that I, sorry, yeah, I think I placed it wrong. Yeah, it's something, it is not matching here. So you forget about that. So that is why I also too confused here, right? So this channel and that channel is entirely equidistant channel is entirely going to be a different. So I'm expecting this one. That is why I confused while I'm drawing this channel. So from here, look at this. This is the perfect channel, and in that it's entirely different. From here it is already bounced. So this is not that, and I already informed that my bias is to the downside, and if it is I correlate to the New Zealand pass this week, it seems strength, right? So same thing, and I already informed that it can break the 1.72 also, it can break the 1.72 also, and I need a close in weekly above that to invalidate. It is already closed, but the next week candle seems like for me it may reach. So anyway, I'm looking only for the upper side for the positional target of 2.1. So from here, if it is did the 5-way structure, also be cautious and make a stop loss, because there is a one more low is also available. But if I did this as a 1 2 3 4 5, so this could be the end of the trend of the B wave here, and we can see more impulsive way to the downside to reach 2.1. So my positional target, once from here it can reach, otherwise it can do the 3-way structure, while the Euro USD is what I'm expecting is 1.03 or 1.06 to break. At that time Euro may be very weaker currency, at that time it can reach here, later onwards it can bounce. So this is my Euro New Zealand, the positional view, and we can look it for that Australian New Zealand dollar, right? So here also that same pattern, what I did the perfectly, it did, and it already reached my target in the buy side. So now I am in sell side. So I already placed the stop loss above this, and I am in that selling side. I've already placed the stop loss here, and it didn't touch that stop loss. It's looking like, see, I'm not trading that minor currencies, but it's a little bit for me it's a promisable trade. So this is looking like one more 3-way structures, right? So I will show you that detailed analysis in this. Look at this. This is the A, this is the B, and C is the expanded flat. So 1 2 3 4 5, or this is that 1 2 3, and this is the expanded flat 4th, and 5th is also looking like the ending diagonal pattern, means this is the 1, this is the 3, this is the 5, and it is already broken this low. That is why I have already did that, whether this is a 1 2 3 4 5, so that means this is the W, and we are in that X wave, or it can do one more high also to break this above. So whether this is the intermediate wave W, so this is the closed bracket closed W, and this is the off bracket closed W. So you need to understand that whether this is the 4th wave and 5th wave is already ended, or this is the W and this is the X. So in the Y wave is also split into the W, X, Y. So that means whether if this is the WX, we may expect that running flat, or if it goes above the high of this high, that will be considered as an expanded flat. So we have to wait for the previous resistance zone to reach. But in the intermediate waves, seems like one more way to the downside, because it's a ABC is a ABC is a B, ABC is a C. So this B wave is an irregular flat in the running flat. So for this impulsive wave A, this is the B, and one more C. After once it breaks this low, I will be in buy side, making this as a stop loss. This is a huge best risk reward is there here. So I am waiting for this, and I already placed the stop loss above this, but may or may not, it can hit again one more high also, and again, because the intermediate wave now, if you look into that, this is a little bit confusing here. So whether there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, or that fifth wave could be like this kind of ending diagonal pattern, one more high, and it will hit my stop loss, and then again one more down. So this will happen in the Forex market. Every time we are keeping that stop in the above the high to get invalidate, it will invalidate the stop loss, and then again it will reach our target. So this may happen in the shorter time frame. So that is why we have to place the stop loss at the invalidation level. But I'm not trading that minor currencies routinely, so I place the stop loss here itself. I nearly the 50 pips only the stop loss I entered here, and the 50 plus stop loss I placed. So let's wait for this. If it get invalid also, and if it hit the stop loss also, I no need to worry, because if it comes to this zone, this will be the 500 pips. You just wait for this, and this positional trade setup in the long is a beautiful trade I'm expecting. Because if it comes here, only the 200 points is the stop loss for the target of nearly 1.2. So nearly 800 to 1000 pips is there for the risk reward of 200, means it's nearly 1:4 or 1:5 will be there. So this is what I am looking here. I am looking for only the buy. So this is my view in Australian New Zealand dollar in the positional for 2022. So let's move on to AUDJPY. So in AUDJPY, in that IDC, the same pattern, right? All CJ, UJ and AJ, everything is the same. It's looking like. So this is the A. So A, B, C. So here it's a confusion for us, everybody, right? In that all that Australian pairs and New Zealand pairs, it's did that nearly. It's looking like for me irregular flat. I'm not able to calculate this as an end of that pattern here. If this is the end of the pattern, we can I'm not so sure about this. This is the end of the correction here. Once again, I will do that. Yeah, here, right? So this one is A, B, C. So this is a A. After that, we need a three-way structure, but it is not seems like the correction, right? So in all the pairs in Australian dollar and the New Zealand, it's already broken, and it is seems like 1, 2, 3, and we are in the fourth way. After the once the triangle is got completed and one more high. So at that time, UJ also need to break that 118.7. And here also it seems like all the UJ, right, all the Japanese yen has to weak, and then all the pairs against the Japan Y will be getting the major so strength here seems like that. So the major resistance zone is 90.3. It may or may not to break. If it breaks, that will be a expanded flat. That is why I have already written. So if it not broken broke this 90.3, I'm expecting as a running flat, and again one more low to break this. So all the JPY pairs are in the consolidations. So this is the A, and we are in that ABC. So for this impulsive to the downside, this is the corrective part, and one more impulsive to break this. So all the corona from here, right, the 2020, it has to break the previous low in AU, NU, EU, GU, right, and this also the AJ and as well as the CJ. So this is my view. So A, B and C. So there is no view here. So how you have to know how to trade this triangle, right? So as per now, A, B, C. So beyond the D wave, or it's already completed the D and E, and you are in that bullish scenario, that you have to look into that deeply. But my target is it has to break the high, the previous, and it will reach a little bit 90, 91 like that. It can easily move. But for this, we have to place the stop loss here, 77. And if you enter 82, so you just 500 pip stop loss, and for the 90 is nearly 800 pips. So you have to work out for that, for the money management with the risk reward. So let's move on to Cad Jpy. Same. So A, B, and beyond that C, D, E, and then one more high. So 1, 2, 3. So whether the fourth way is already completed and the fifth way is already did, I'm not able to catch this, because sometimes same AJ and CJ, everything we are looking for that one more high. Maybe I will show you that AUDJPY also. Here there is a chances, because 1, 2, 3, and if it is already ended here, if the Australian dollar and CAD is very weaker than all the currencies, it will see it's already, the B wave is already could be ended also, because it's already broken the previous high of third wave. So if it is the fourth wave is very simple, and each wave got ABC1, ABC2, ABC3. So ABC is a 4, and what we expecting the fourth wave may be a complex correction. That is why I already did here. But sometimes if it is a simple, means the A, B, and C is got completed, means this is the end of the trend also, and we are looking for that one more upside. It can come to the downside also. So how we have to trade? Making this as a stop loss or this as a stop loss only if it breaks the high. So that is why trading this pair is not worth in my case, because after the 86, right, nearly we are expecting only the 90, nearly 400 pips, and we have to place the stop loss nearly here. So it won't work. It's a 800 pips stop loss, right? 86, and we have to place here. Otherwise, if it is a confirmed, if it breaks the high, we can place the stop loss at the E also. So whether this is A, B, C, so we have one more high, means this could be the D, and one more E, means after this rejection, we can make it this as a stop loss. Enter here above the 86, we can make it the stop loss at 83. So that 300 points, that is also the 1:1.5 risk reward. So no need to look for this AJ and CJ in my view, right? So Cad Jpy also that same scenario, whether the target is already reached or it is still ahead. That is the question mark here. You have to understand what I explained here. Already the fifth wave got completed and we are in the downtrend, or we are in the fourth wave still, one more high. So usually the fifth wave trading is very a crucial thing. We didn't know whether the fifth wave is already complete. That is why you have to enter above the high, making the stop loss, if it is a triangle, making the stop loss as a E. So that is the safest to trade in the triangle. So let's wait for that. Hope you enjoyed my analysis of all the 5 pairs in the positional view, and I already shown that, and I already updated that part 1 and part 2. In the part 1 we already discussed about the DXY, Euro USD, GBP USD, Australian dollar, as well as New Zealand dollar. In the part 2 USD CAD, USD JPY, and USD CHF. So this is the part 3, and wait for the part 4 to upload the next week. So hope you enjoyed, and the part 4 will be the very beautiful the paste. It's a gold, silver, copper, and crude. That is a commodity section. So hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely weekend to everybody, and see you in the part 4. Bye.